Welcome, one, welcome all, back to the Dad Chronicle. My name is Rodney, and today we're going to talk about reflection, thinking about things.
Yeah, and I'm Keith, and this is the Dad Chronicle, where we decided to chronicle our journey to get where we're going, and really just leaving some crumbs along the way for what we're thinking on a given day, how we're thinking about our business, whatever the case may be, so our daughters can look back upon it and hopefully take a nugget or two. And then we said,
17.
hey, you know what would be fun? Put it on the internet and build some community around it. And
Let
so
people critique you.
yeah, and so here we are on the internet talking to you all folks and our future daughters and our future selves. What an audience. What an audience.
String theory and practice. Let's go. I don't know what that meant, but let's just go. Reflection.
Reflection. You know I like a good astrophysics reference.
I know. I just got to drop them to keep your...
Just to keep me stimulated.
For those who don't know, Keith's love language is quantum or astrophysics, stargaze. Like if you just throw it in
I'll get into it. Like if you want to bring it
cup.
up, you will fill up my cup.
I was looking at Orion's belt the other day, and anyway, reflection. You brought it up this morning, so you go first.
Yeah. Jimmy V. It was this thing this morning that
Jimmy Valvano.
Jimmy Valvano, founder of the Jimmy V Foundation, who died of cancer in the 90s. Yeah. Former coach of, I am forgetting the team that he was the coach of, so I pardon his memory.
Duke?
No, it was not a big team. And
I want to look it up, but I can't.
Yeah, please. Yeah, that's fair. In his speech,
his speech is amazing. Yeah.
He won the Arthur Ashe Award prior to passing away in his last year. It was basically his last year of life.
SB speech,
it was
right?
SB's, yeah. And he says, in essence, if you laugh, if you cry, and if you spend some time in thought, that's a full day.
Every day.
Every day. That's a full day. And I've thought about that speech for a decade, and the concept of spending time in thought, reflecting, has not resonated with me as it has this morning for whatever reason. It was just kind of like one of those things. And when I think about reflection, there is personal reflection. I've spent a lot of time on personal reflection, self-reflection, just moving forward. So I get that component of it. But when you're aspiring, when you're driving, when you're doing something, it's very easy, especially when you have worked for so long. I mean, we've been in IT sales for 15 years each or so. And I'm used to, and I've trained the muscle of action, like just doing, functioning, getting emails out, prospecting, like doing all of those things, that we don't train the muscle of thought, that take a step back, spend an hour a day just thinking about what you want to do today, writing it down.
So
I think some of us do it.
I'm going to jump in here so I can get words in.
Yeah.
But I want to say
you wanted me to start, man.
I did want you to start. I did want it to be a little bit of a combo, but it's all good. We're gonna get it there.
Hey,
we're gonna get it there.
Combo requires interruption sometimes.
Sometimes. So like this. Like this.
Yeah.
So I mean, neuroscience tells us that we can sit through something and think it's the most amazing thing in the world and retain 10% or less
of it. Yeah.
Without reflection. Like if you don't that next day or following up reflect on the things that you really want to keep, it's gone. Like it's just, you're not keeping it. You'll remember the concept maybe if you're just like Einstein level, Sherlock level intellect. So spending time reflecting is game changing. John Maxwell has this really good book on leadership. It's like the 15 laws of
15 irrefutable laws of leadership.
That's it. Yeah. Reflecting on your day, your week, your month, your year is just it's a powerful practice. Yes, baby. I will bring it upstairs for you. You're welcome. And I think it's it's with this world that we live in with interruptions, but more so interruptions like seeing all these notifications on my phone right now, meeting, email, text, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like all these things, like I don't have time to take time to reflect.
Yeah.
And the truth is we don't have time to not reflect. Like we can't keep going. We can't grow if we don't reflect. Because we'll be stuck in our same cycles and patterns. So with this thought of reflection, Keith. So with this thought, like how are you gonna is this something you're gonna focus on this week or going forward? Like what are you gonna
So
do?
the focus is on today, because I've actually never I've probably resisted it more in life to that point. It's like I've got emails coming in. I've got to deal with those, right? I've got all of these things that need to happen. I've got to deal with all of that before I deal with reflecting. And it's not just reflection in past, it's reflection for the future. It's thought, it's thinking about it, strategizing, it's consolidating all of the ideas that you throw my way, and like how are we going to process this? How are we going to make it real? How is it going to happen? Instead, it's thrown away. It's like, yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. And it just doesn't work. So I have resisted it because I function. I've learned to function. I've built that muscle of function. So I'm going to today.
Where in function do you think you lay? Like, would you say you're high functioning?
Yes.
In the middle of the road? And I realize that term might sound like we're talking about you on the spectrum, but I'm just talking about like, as far as getting things done, do you think you're getting done all that you could be, or is that the thing here? You're like,
that's a good question.
More.
I'm getting things done that are in front of me. I'm not getting things done.
See, I would call that like middle of the road functional.
That are beyond in front of me.
Yeah.
The things that are outside of that email, out of my inbox, the deals, the closing, the prospecting, all that stuff. I'm not getting things done that's 10 years from now.
Which,
right?
And I say middle of the road. I'm not saying in middle like as in that's bad, because those things need to happen.
Right.
I think like this is part of the reason why I dislike email so much, because it keeps me from doing the bigger things, moving the bigger rocks. And there's a getting things done philosophy of understanding what your big things are and blocking that time, and then making your calendar work around that. And anybody, because like if you do an experiment, take a look at your calendar. Not you, Keith, because I know your calendar, but like take a look at your calendar and answer how much of this is for you and for things that you want, not things you need to get done, but things you want to get done for you, and how much of it's going to move forward your career or that promotion you're trying to get, or the next big thing for your family. Like how much. And I bet you'll be upset with how low the percentage is unless you like purposefully block that time out for yourself.
Yeah. So my goal right now is to just work on it this week, because I need to build the habit around it. My long-term goal is to change my bedtime, change my wake time, which I need to ask you about that ring that you're wearing for that purpose.
We can do a commercial later.
And then make that part of my daily routine. I know personally I need to build to that. If I try to bite it all off in one day, I'm gonna get frustrated with myself.
So you're telling me you're gonna take this week to reflect on it?
I am.
Are you gonna like proactively like block out time to just think about it, or how's that gonna look?
It's a good question. I don't know yet.
You haven't. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna keep going with it, but you know where I'm going.
The reflection on the reflection. Yeah, no, I totally get it.
It's Inception. I've had my caffeine today, ladies and gents.
That's good.
No, I love it. I think your focus on it has caused me to refocus on it, and I think I've actually put some time in my calendar for today to reflect. At the end of the day, on the day. I have this note section in my journal that's usually blank because I don't actually reflect back to put the notes in. So I'm gonna try it, and we'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, how do do you schedule time to reflect, like, or think, or strategize, or plan? Is it steady? Is it regular? Are you consistent with it?